me tell you about Fish Creek. It's a small village in South Gippsland. It's beginning to be a mecca for tourism. We have quite a few art galleries in our town. My gallery is really an old farmhouse. It was built in 1904 and it has been in the Stephanie family for 60 years now. And it's quite a nice setting for an art gallery. I'm Bianca Beasy Stephanie. I have lived in Fish Creek for 40 years and have painted most of that time. I paint mostly traditional work and I paint in oils, acrylics, pastels and watercolours. I also paint the many beautiful panoramas, vistas in South Gippsland. The coastline is just beautiful. I was always good at drawing and I've always doodled. When I had 3 young children, my husband said, well, go ahead, keep painting, as long as you can, you know, do the housework, the cooking, whatever, and you can fit that in.
Yeah, I wanted to move somewhere around here, and Fish Creek already has a pretty strong art community, so it was a logical place to move to. I'm a woodworker and that's what I'm good at, but the metal kind of excites me, and putting old metal with wood, somehow just they bounce off each other. Sometimes I have an idea and I look amongst the stuff I've got, but often a material will sort of suggest what you want to do with it. But amazingly you go back, 6 months later and pull that thing out and use it in something completely different. Or chuck it out. I mean, let's be honest, you create firewood sometimes too. So spent a lot of my life making old timber look new, and now I just embrace whatever's in there, and if there's a big chunk out of it, well, that's pretty sweet. Rust is just an amazing colour that you can't replicate. I'd pull pieces out of the actual sea. On my days off I go for a wander along. Every farm shed round here is a treasure trove. If you go out here and somebody says they're an artist, then that's the norm. So tell me you're an accountant or something. I've had family holidays at Waratah or Sandy Point for 10 to 15 years, and I think I'd been into the township of Fish Creek once. A lot of people have that story, they've been here for years and years and never driven into the main street. It's such a cute little, it's like almost an old English square.
I grew up in Fish Creek and it was always dairy farming and football. The arts didn't factor really at all. In the early 90s, the sea change thing was happening and a lot of people were moving into the area that were creative types. We're passionate to provide a gallery space for contemporary art in the local area, and also to bring in art from other areas that you would normally have to travel to go and see.
Printmaking seems to be enjoying a bit of a resurgence these days. It's always been there, but more and more people are interested.
In the stockroom we have David Fraser, who's a well-known printmaker from Castlemaine, and he had this small show showing up in East Gippsland in a little gallery, and when it finished we were able to secure it and bring it down.
Kerry's art is an integral part of the business, the art itself and her being an artist.
I'm pretty well known in the local area for my fish drawings and dog drawings. Figurative type of, a lot of pattern work, like fine line sort of stuff.
The Celia Rossi Gallery has been open for 3 years, and we've been very welcomed by the Fish Creek community and the arts community. The gallery was inspired by my mother's botanical artwork, namely the Banksias. Mum first discovered Banksias when she was pregnant with me. in 1962 on the Marlow Plains near Orbost.
I was with a friend in Orbost, and we had all our children on a Saturday afternoon, and we thought we were on a sandy track in the Marlow Plains, and what it was quicksand, and the car sunk down to the axles. And that's when I found my first Banksia on that field trip. First of all, you go on a field trip to see where it grows, what it grows with, and get a feeling for the plant. And then I do field notes, most times on the spot. Sometimes I've had to do it the next day. Doesn't matter so much about the shape, it's the colour. Then I do a lot of very rough drawings, gradually refine them down to something that I'm happy with, and get the drawing ready to paint would be a month's work, and then another 2 months too, because everything has to be botanically accurate. The project I did at Monash, it was 25 years. That was painting all the known species, and that was 76 for Monash, and now there's another one called Rosserae, and it's been named in my honour, and it's number 77.